Devon is currently undergoing a clean-up operation following flash floods caused by heavy rainfall. Torrential rain inundated homes, roads, and businesses in the area. In Kenton, near Exeter, roads were submerged, and fire crews were called in to assist people to safety on Sunday. Meanwhile, flood damage has led to the closure of Butlins Resort in Minehead, Somerset. Yellow rain warnings are in effect for parts of northwest England and Wales for Tuesday and Wednesday. Exeter Airport had to temporarily close due to terminal flooding, but it has since reopened. Exeter experienced some of the heaviest rainfall in the country on Sunday, with 63.8 millimeters recorded, according to the Met Office. There were reports of flooding at the South Devon School of Gymnastics in Paignton and the Passage House in Intoxham. The heavy rain resulted in widespread road closures, as well as bus and train cancellations. People aged 65 and above in England are strongly encouraged to receive a supplementary booster vaccine for COVID, especially as hospital admissions due to the virus are increasing. Eligible individuals can book their booster appointment through the NHS website, the NHS app, or by dialing 119. This booster rollout has been accelerated as a precautionary measure in response to a highly mutated new COVID variant known as BA.2.86. It's important to note that while hospitalization numbers have risen, intensive care admissions remain relatively low. Despite the virus's mutations, experts emphasize that the vaccines continue to offer substantial protection against severe illness caused by COVID. A 35-year-old woman in Essex has been accused of committing double murders. Law enforcement became aware of concerns for the well-being of two individuals, both in their 70s, on Wednesday. Virginia McCullough, residing in Pump Hill, Chelmsford, has subsequently been charged with 2 counts of murder. A woman, who fell victim to the notorious con artist Mark Acklam, is now seeking the return of her stolen funds from the mainstream bank he utilized to defraud her. During the police inquiry, detectives apprehended an employee and a former staff member of Barclays Bank on suspicion of conspiring with Acklam. These individuals had previously worked in the same department at Barclays. Both, a man and a woman, were questioned and subsequently released on bail for an extended period, though they were eventually released without charges. Carolyn Woods was deceived in a romance scam by the serial fraudster Acklam, who manipulated her by pretending to be a wealthy Swiss banker named Mark Conway and a covert MI6 agent. Acklam isolated Ms. Woods from her family and friends, then convinced her to establish a new bank account with Barclays. Under the pretense of a cash flow issue, he persuaded her to transfer money that she believed to be loans for construction work on a luxurious home he had purportedly purchased for them. Over a few months in 2012, under Acklam's coercive control, she made significant, sometimes daily, transfers of up to £30,000 into the personal account of one of Acklam's associates. Ms. Woods contends that the bank had a responsibility to exercise care and should have questioned her actions and investigated the transfers. The Met Office cautions that additional storms may be in store as the remnants of Hurricane Lee, which initially struck New England in the US and eastern Canada, are projected to traverse the UK from Tuesday to Thursday. Iran is set to release a British national and 4 Americans who were detained in the country in exchange for $6 billion, £4.8 billion, and a prisoner exchange. These funds, previously frozen in South Korea, have now been transferred to Qatar, following the Biden administration's issuance of a waiver that enables international banks to move frozen Iranian assets without facing U.S. sanctions repercussions, as reported by an Iranian official. Additionally, the agreement involves the liberation of 5 unidentified Iranian citizens held in the U.S. The British individual being released is Morad Tarbaz, a 67-year-old environmentalist with British, U.S., and Iranian citizenship. He was one of the dual nationals detained during negotiations involving the UK government for the release of former detainee Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe. A man had to be airlifted to the hospital after an incident involving a herd of cows and a bull left 3 people injured near a renowned beach in the Outer Hebrides. Emergency services responded to the scene in Eoligary, Borough, shortly after 8 p.m. on Saturday. At the time of the incident, the 56-year-old man and two women were walking between Trey Ayers, which gained fame in the 1949 film Whiskey Galore, and Trey Moore. The man was transported by air ambulance to Glasgow's Queen Elizabeth University Hospital, while the two women received treatment at St Brendan's Hospital in Castle Bay. Thankfully, all three have since been discharged from the hospital.